Hey everybody, gonna do a quick one this week. I've been super busy this entire past week. I had a bunch of people come in from out of town and been very distracted with all that and trying to get work done in between. But wanted to pump out another quick video for y'all. So got a fun little story that I've been wanting to tell for a while now, and I was just kind of saving it for whenever it was convenient. And today it is. So I have a little story about a thing that I did when I was a young lad. All the way back in middle school, or actually possibly even elementary school. I can't remember exactly when I did this, but it was many moons ago. I was a young lad, Nintendo crazed, like that's changed, with a big penchant for N64 games at the time. That was my shit back in the day, and in particular, I was a big aficionado of the original 3 Mario Party games for the N64, and I always found it really fun to design my own boards. I remember Mike Lucas and I think probably did that a lot in elementary school. We used to build our own Mario Party boards out of different places in our room and everything. We'd cut out the little spaces and everything and come up with mini games or whatever, maybe use a video game to do it or whatever. And I don't know, just like board games were always really intriguing to me. We used to create a lot of our own board games and things, and Mario Party just kind of opened up the floodgates for even more interesting ones. So one year I got the bright idea, if you want to call it that, to try creating a real life Mario Party. But I was like, how can I do it? I want to say the thing that might have inspired the idea of doing, or rather sparked the idea of doing it, uninspired, was I was in my gym class, a class that I did not particularly enjoy because I was a nerd. They had these little rubber circle platform things. I don't know exactly what they were. I don't know if they were meant to be baseball bases. They didn't really look like they were, so I'm not sure if that's what they were. But they were little circles, and they looked like the little spaces in Mario Party. And I was like, wait a minute, I've got an idea. I've got a terrible, awful idea. So I spoke with one of the teachers and pitched the idea of hey, I have this idea for a board. I basically did a typical a business or product pitch of some kind, basically, to the teacher. And I said, hey, this is how it would work. Could we do this towards the end of the year? But usually there's a week or so in towards the end of school where it's oh, you can just do whatever. Here's X amount of physical activities available. Just do whatever. And so I gave that as an idea, and they were like, you know what? Sure, why not? That sounds cool. And we got to do it twice. So what I did was I went back home and I got a bunch of construction paper and I cut out a bunch of different spaces that were available at the time from the current Mario Party games, which by back then were 1, 2, and 3, I believe. So a lot of blue and red spaces, and green question mark spaces, and a chance time stage, and a couple Bowser stages, and I got them all together, and then I went to gym early. I forget exactly how I worked that one out. I might have even cut some time out of my lunch break for all I know. And I went in and I set up all the stages and I put together the map in the arrangement that I designed. And as there was in Mario Party 2, Pirate Land, Space Land, Ghost Land, whatever the hell. I'm just Chris Land. So Chris Land was designed like a pretty standard board. I believe the one gimmick that I had was akin to the Rainbow Castle level from the first Mario Party game, the most basic stage you could play or whatever, where you get to the end, it's Toad gives you the star, and then when you do that, then it switches around, then it's Bowser, and then I would have that kind of at the end of the board, and then you would reset back to normal. So it was kind of like that, basically. It might have even had the same sort of basic layout, but I called it Chris Land because I was 12. So so we did that, and the way we had it work is we had teams of I think 4 people each, where we would have one person from the team per round get to be the person who rolls the dice and then go in and do the mini game for that round representing their team, and they would have to move on the board and blah blah blah, etc. So it was kind of like, say if you had like, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi or whatever, like, so the Mario team would have like four or five people to it or whatever, and then every round one person from that team would get to do all the stuff that was necessary with playing that round. As far as the mini games go, I believe we had like some sports that were like, just kind of the stand-in mini games, and you just like play to like whoever gets the first point or whatever. I think I also had the shy guy like hold up the flags, like press the A or B button thing. I don't think people could exactly understand how it was supposed to work, because I would do like the fake out thing and then they would do it too. So when it's not a video game, it doesn't work exactly the same way. Go figure. But we had some stuff like that. So we did that round. Then I think the next day or a couple days later, whatever, we had another board that we did that I called Crisscross Crisis, which I believe the gimmick of that one was that when you hit a question mark space, you would get reversed, and you'd be going in the opposite direction or something. I had little like arrows kind of pointing out like this way is where we're going and this way is where we're going or whatever, and I'd like be reversing them to signify. I think the worst that came out of it was when because I was kind of managing how the game was going, and when people were disobeying the rules, I would get angry. And then some of them would go stop playing and just go play another sport off in the distance somewhere in the gym, because they were like, fuck you, man. Which, when, you're 12, I guess you can't exactly get everybody to follow your exact whim, so whatever. All right. Anyway, I believe that the following year, and I can't remember if this was like the transition between elementary into middle school. It might have been, for all I know. But I remember we did it again later, and I think we did it outside where I set up the board. And the one thing that I remember from when we played it again, like another year later, was one of the mini games that I had set up was, who can finish eating this rice cake quicker, like those big rice cakes and shit. And I'd be like, ready, go, and then they just like shit everywhere, just like pieces of rice chunks flying everywhere, all like sloppily and stupid looking. It was just like, this was a great idea for a mini game. It doesn't completely look ridiculous. So that's the one thing I remember from that round of it. But it was a lot of fun, and it was kind of a cool, unique experience that I don't know if anybody else has ever tried doing that or ever had that sort of thing before. But I do know, and I've never gotten to witness it myself, so I really don't know exactly how it stacks up. But I do know that at conventions they do like live action Mario Party panels. And they have like, cosplay chests and stuff like that too, which in theory sounds cool. I don't know exactly how it works though. Like, I don't know if the mini games themselves are played like, like the actual live action players do them, or if they have to like play a video game thing of some kind, if they have like a TV hookup. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, I would love to investigate about that. Maybe that could be a potential fun panel of some kind to do at a convention in the future. Maybe that could be the closest thing I ever got to making a fucking tome game at this point. Who knows? I still want to do that someday. Who knows? So yeah, that's about all I got this week. Nothing super in-depth, but thought it would make for a fun little story. Been wanting to tell this one for a while, and just seemed like a good week, kind of this lull here to put it in here. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Did you ever get to do anything like this? Did you get to ever play any weird, fun, kind of unorthodox things in your gym class? Have you ever wanted to have your own real-life Mario Party, beyond just playing the games? Or hell, do you even just have any fun memories of playing Mario Party that didn't involve wanting to kill your friends? Let me know, because I haven't played Mario Party in a while. It's been a couple of years, but I do love that whole series very fondly. So yeah, if you've got any thoughts, leave them in the comments, and if you have any ideas for future Kirblog topics, leave a comment about that too, or you can hit me up on Twitter, Tumblr, or Facebook like the usual, and I may have something hopefully a little more interesting or in-depth next week or this weekend or whatever, so I look forward to that. Sorry for the lack of updates and the kind of radio silence. Like I said, I had a lot of people kind of in town visiting, and was kind of diverting a lot of my attention, spending time with them while they were here, and but I'm back in the saddle. I'm getting back to work. I'm staying productive, and I should have some really cool stuff in the works to show you guys very, very, very soon. I have quite a bit of stuff to catch up on, and things that I need to be doing. And today's going to be a good day, I have a feeling. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for listening, and I will see you all later.